Well, Paddy, it feels like any fight that you're in is a big fight with a lot of attention, right? But co-main event, Las Vegas, fight capital of the world. I mean, does this feel like a big moment in your career?
It's just another fight, lad. You know what I mean? This is just standard. Every fight's going to be the biggest fight of my career, every one I take. So I just take everything in my stride, lad. This is business as usual.
You've always had a lot of attention on you, even from the early days. But I mean, it just keeps getting bigger, and there's more cameras, and there's more people, and even in Las Vegas, people are mobbing you. Does it ever get to a point where it's like almost too much, or more than you expected to have to deal with?
Nah, I always saw this in my future. I knew what was coming. I always said I'm going to be the biggest star in this sport, and none of it takes me by surprise. You know what I mean? I'll stop and give anyone me time, as long as they use the manners. You know what I mean? I don't like it when people are rude. That's it. As long as people say please and they don't just headlock me and try and take a selfie. You know what I mean? I'll take time out of my day to speak to anyone, because without them fans, I wouldn't be where I am today.
Talk about the build-up for this one, because Jared's been very respectful of you. He says he's kind of a fan of you. He's like, he's not a hype train. He's the real deal. What have you made of the way he's treating you ahead of time?
I really like Jared. You know what I mean? We've got a mutual respect for each other. I think he's an amazing human being. What he's come back throughout his life, he's turned his life around. He's such an inspirational and motivational person. Like, I have got the utmost respect for him. I really have. I think he's a very nice, genuine dude. I seen him yesterday and he come over and give me a hug, lad. Come over and give me a hug and shook my hand. And he put online, he's got very soft hands. And people were giving him shit over it, saying like, why didn't say nothing to his face. I didn't take it like that. I have got very soft hands. You know what I mean? And I don't use moisturiser. I have got soft hands. It's me knuckles what you've got to worry about.
What do you make of him as a fighter? I mean, does he present any unique challenges that maybe you haven't seen before?
No. I don't think he does. No disrespect to him, but I don't think he does. You know what I mean? I think Jordan Levitt's a better grappler. I think Luigi Vendramini's a better striker. And I'm bigger than him. I've got more reach. One thing that did piss me off was he said I'm a quitter. I've never quit. I've been choked unconscious and went 5 rounds twice against 2 steroid abusers when I went into both of them fights injured. You know what I mean? He's the quitter. He tapped to a choke recently, what wasn't even fully on. That wasn't even a proper rear naked choke against an opponent who was absolutely dog shit. So,
Last thing for me, Paddy, I mean, a win here, obviously all eyes are on you, big spot. How fast do you want this thing to go to the top of the division? I mean, I think now people are taking you real, are you ready for contenders?
They're not, though. They're not. It's cheeky, lad. People still aren't taking me for real. You know what I mean? No one respects me. And it does piss me off. But, I've just got to get on with that, lad. People don't respect the come-up. Simple as.
Paddy, do you think, sometimes we talk about fighters having their breakout moment, right?
This is going to be this fight. This fight's going to be my breakout performance. Because every one of my past opponents, people are like, oh, he's not good, he's not good. I personally think my best opponent was my debut, Luigi Vendramini. He gets a bad rap, lad. You know what I mean? The only fights he lost the majority decision to Faraz Ziam. He's also pony-like. He lost his debut at welterweight, and then I beat him. But that's me. You know what I mean? People say, oh, because he got cut. Yeah, Vargas wasn't the best. He wasn't. Jordan Levitt, very good. No one had ever finished him. Everyone was talking about Claudio Puelles. Ooh, he's fucking shit as well. You know what I mean? And he couldn't finish him. But everyone was saying that he'd beat me. And I went and finished Levitt on one of my worst nights, when I turned up with a lot of shit going on behind the scenes, and I still finished him in the second round, lad. And I'm disappointed in that performance, just like I was the Vargas one. I don't think I've put a good performance in since my debut, and that wasn't even that good. But this is going to be my breakout performance. People are going to see the improvements I've made over the past 15 months since I signed with the UFC. You're going to see.
In fighting, often we see these guys who are able to bring people with them, right? The travelling crowd. I know, December's not necessarily the best time. People are saving money for Christmas.
No, it's not.
Are you expecting some scouts?
Oh, of course, yeah. I've sold a good few tickets myself. Got tickets for me mates. Obviously, it goes without saying. But it's not even just that, lad. I'm fighting in America, and I know full well Jared's going to get booed, and I'm going to get cheered. That's a fact. It just is. It's going to be mad for him, lad, because I think he might get a good cheer and that, but when he's standing in that cage and everyone's singing, oh, Paddy the Baddie, his ass is going to fall out of him.
Paddy, just here to your right. News came out the other day that you launched your own foundation. Can you kind of talk about that? I know it's kind of targeted to your local area at the minute, but I'm sure it's something you want to like expand throughout England as well.
Yeah, it's not just targeting me local area, lad. It's just helping kids in general, like, get fed. The amount of kids, what you hear nowadays, what are on the breadline and are struggling to get food. You know, I'm just trying to help any way I can, just like people like Marcus Rashford have done the same in the UK. And then, like I said that in March, and people are saying, oh, he's just saying that, he's just saying that. Well, what now, lad? You know what I mean? My foundation's up and running. What have you got to say now? And then I still see people talking shit who haven't got a clue. You know what I mean? I'm going to have help men's mental health charities. You know what I mean? That's another big thing to me.
Talking about Jared there, he's got such a crazy life story, you know, pronounced legally dead for 2 minutes. It's something that I'm sure you must be thinking, God, this guy's got a crazy story. What's your thoughts on, you know, his background and the things that he's had to come through?
As I say, he's such an inspirational character because he's come through all sorts, you know what I mean? You couldn't even name all the things what he's come through, and now he's back. He's back and he's fighting in the UFC, and he's setting a good example for people in that walk of life. And I can't take my hat off to him enough, lad. I respect him so much as a human being.
I wanted to ask, when you went to Conor McGregor's pub, you had a massive food binge, and you had a FaceTime with him. I know he helped you out with the bill. How much did he spend all the money on the bill for you? Did he pay it all?
Yeah, he paid it all, lad.
Are we talking 100 quid, 200 quid?
We didn't even see it. We didn't see the bill. He just said, I'm taking care of it. But I was eating and Molly was drinking, lad, so you can imagine how much it was.
And finally from me, it's a touchy subject, but we spoke to Molly about it. She addressed this. I wanted to ask, your doctor, I'm not sure how much you've worked with him, Dr. Usman Shajad was in the UK news a lot before the Conor Ben fight. You were listed on his website and you took pictures with him. I just wanted to ask your relationship with him.
So because I took a picture with someone?
Have you worked for him for this fight? Have you worked with him before?
I've never worked with him. He took me to get an MRI scan once. Is that all right? Or is that...
Just wanted to ask you.
Yeah, tip for asking that question, like.
Paddy, to your right. Over here. Just wanted to ask you, you know, as you get higher in the UFC and you get more notoriety, you become kind of like the Super Bowl, the big fight for everybody. So that creates a little extra burden on you, right? You have to raise your game each time because you know you're going to get the best from other guys. Is that something that you're aware of that you've dealt with in the past in your career?
Yeah, people step up when they fight me, you know what I mean? They come in the best they've ever looked. It's just like when football teams play Liverpool, lad. They roll over for Man City and let them beat them. But when they play Liverpool, lad, they turn up on the day and play the best they've ever played. That's what people do against me. I get the best version of everyone.
And so when you do get the best version of everyone, does that force you to like never take a day off? Like sometimes, you know, you don't feel like practicing, but because of that, because you know the guys you're going to fighting are going to be stepping up and giving you your best, does that require you to be on point all the time?
There's a lot of days I don't want to get out of bed, lad. A lot of days I want to just stay in the pit and not get out of bed. But it's something I've got to do. I work my arse off to be in this position that I'm in. Years ago, I used to just rely on my talent, and I never used to work hard. And it got me to a world title. It got me to a Cage Warriors world title. But when I started coming up against people that were working hard and did have a bit of talent, also they were pumping themselves full of steroids. But I started to lose, you know what I mean? And then looking back now, I needed them life lessons. It wasn't just like lessons in the cage. What I needed as a life lesson to sort my life out. And I've done that. And now look at me.
Patty in the front right here. Jared was back here, and he said that after this fight, he wanted to work with you to kind of raise awareness for mental health and everything. Is that something you'd be interested in after this fight?
Yeah, 100%. As I say, I really respect Jared as a human being. He's a lovely man. You know what I mean? And what he's doing for his community and for all the people by us is amazing. You know what I mean? He's helping people sort their lives out and turn their lives around. He's a proper genuine dude. As I say, there's no animosity at all in this fight. Like, I wanted to break Levitt's face because he was talking proper shit. But Jared's a nice dude. You know what I mean? I'm going to feel bad when I hurt him.
And then in the Embedded series in episode 1, they showed that scene of that guy coming up to you and saying, like, your message saved my life. How often does that happen after that message you sent back in London?
I have had that a few times now, like, to be honest. And as I said on that, it means more than getting my hand raised ever will. I always say there's no feel. Like, I've got goosebumps now thinking about it. I always say there's no feeling like getting your arms raised, but when someone comes over and says that they never took their own life because of something that I said, it's different.
And you were in the news a lot for that doorbell video that came out. Were you surprised at how many news outlets picked that up?
Lad, I have been asked about that more than me fight over the past week. I'm not messing. I've been asked more about that sloppy shit than I have about Jared Gordon. I'm not even taking the piss either. Like, before I'd got home, I've got home like 30 minutes after that happened, and I'd been sent it on WhatsApp 3 times before I got home. And then all night I was just getting sent it. Next morning I woke up and it was on Sports Centre. I was like, what the fuck's going on here?
Paddy, right here. You had Dana White on your podcast, and you guys were talking about UFC London, which is now official for March. Is it obviously your intention to turn around and fight on that card?
I don't know, to be honest. We'll see what happens after this, but I have a holiday booked in Thailand in January, and I'm going on this holiday, lad. I haven't had a holiday for a while, and the missus is adamant that we're going on a holiday, and we're not just going like, because when I go to San Diego, I still have to work, still do me vlogs, still do podcasts. The missus wants a proper holiday, lad, before we get married in May. So, I don't know. We'll see. You could see me on that if I come back and I feel like fighting on that date, then yeah. If not, you'll see me in the crowd and probably on a pay-per-view in April or something.
You surprised that they didn't do the stadium show?
No. I knew they wouldn't do the stadium show.
Why?
Because I'm not stupid.
Well, why would they be stupid to do that?
Because I just knew they wouldn't. I knew for a fact it wasn't happening. I just know. If you're going to do a stadium show, it's me headlining at Anfield. End of.
And when, there's a lot made about your weight fluctuation and stuff, and when Dana was talking about it earlier this year, he said, that's not something that's sustainable and it can be bad and stuff. Did you guys have any conversations, about that? And
no.
Is anything being said to you behind the scenes?
No. Why would it? It's not of anyone else's business. If I want to get chubby in the off-season, I'll get chubby. End of. You know what I mean? Started this camp at 193. A lot of people start camps heavier than that. I'm waking up 168. Do you think that's a big cut? Because I certainly know it isn't.
How's the food in Thailand?
Very good. Pad Thais are heavy. Curries are heavy.
Thanks, Paddy.
Hey, Paddy, over here. I'm curious, finally, both yourself and Darren Till on the same card. Just how big is that impact in Liverpool, specifically with MMA?
Well, yeah, I've been getting sent all billboards from Liverpool at the minute where it's just me and Darren Till on billboards everywhere saying Scouse takeover, and it is, you know what I mean? We're both hopefully I know I'm going to get my win. Hopefully Darren gets his win, and it is a Scouse takeover.
Who throws the bigger party, Darren and Hamzat or you and Molly?
Come on, lad, that's a terrible question. Obviously, me and Molly. Crash Matt doesn't even drink, does he? It's obviously me and Molly.
Good luck.
Paddy, you've fought in London twice. You're going to fight in Vegas. When's the next? When are we going to see you headline a fight night or main event?
Well, Dana said on the podcast after I win this one that I probably will headline a fight night. So, I don't know. We'll see, lad. We'll see. But you know I could headline anyway. I'm the people's main event on Saturday night.
Fans were very surprised that how much you love movies and how smart you are. Where did that come from?
My dad loves films, lad. My dad loves movies, and he's bred it into me. You know what I mean? So I like me films. It's a Pimblett thing.
Awesome. Thank you.
Yeah, just wanted to get your thoughts on Volkanovski and Islam, yeah, sorry.
Yeah, it's going to be a scrap, you know what I mean? I got so much stick for picking Charles against Islam, which was crazy, because a lot of people picked Charles, but still on social media posts and stuff, you picked against Islam. Yeah, because Charles have fought the better people, and I thought Charles was going to win. Can't I have a prediction anymore? People saying you haven't given props to Islam. I have. He looked unbelievable that night. He absolutely dominated Charles. I would have put up a better fight than Charles did that night, to be honest. But him versus Volk's going to be a scrap. Volk, especially if Volk's power transfers up to 155, because he's probably going to have a speed advantage. And his cardio is going to hold up even more because he's moving up a weight. So it's a very interesting fight. I'm looking forward to watching it, to be honest.
Paddy, right over here. You had that call out of Mark Zuckerberg that time to try to get your accounts unlocked. Now that Elon Musk has taken over Twitter, is there any chance we get a call out on him, try to get your account
back? I don't want Twitter back, lad. Twitter's a cesspit. Twitter gets me in trouble. People interpret things that I say and twist it and make it sound like I've said something I haven't and make me look bad when I've never said any of those things. People just misinterpret what I say on purpose to make me look bad. You know what I mean? Digging tweets up from like 2018, 19 to try and make me look bad. And I'd rather not have Twitter back, lad. Gets me in too much trouble.
Fair play. Thanks.
Peace out, bitches.